What is up, everybody?
Hey,
Welcome to
hey.
episode number 7 of the Horns Forward podcast. Can you believe it? We made it 7 episodes, y'all.
Woo! Heck
Um,
yeah.
7 episodes. Let's
yeah,
do it.
7 episodes deep, and unfortunately, it's an episode that is now in our off season. But we'll get into that during the show. As you can see, one of us is missing. DJ is still stuck in the Alamo basement, unfortunately. He just got out. And so let's let him into the studio. DJ, how's that basement, man?
Oh, he probably can't hear
Oh,
you yet. That
Hey,
basement tour took too long.
Y'all funny. My wife was throwing up, so
Oh
oh,
no.
I'm
yeah.
well,
sorry, bud.
that is definitely a good reason for being late. So, yeah, hope she feels better.
Same.
Yeah, she's about to go to bed.
Yeah.
And then
So,
my youngest is still up, so I'm trying to get him up.
yeah, I got
He'll,
my
he'll make an
youngest.
appearance.
Oh, we live?
Oh yeah, we live.
Oh
Yes, we're
shoot. Wait, did
live.
y'all share it
Yeah,
or what? I'll share it.
yeah.
I'll share it.
Hey,
But
Brian.
yeah, we I got my little one. So I am broadcasting out of my kitchen because I am solo parenting for the next couple for about 2 weeks in a row. So being solo dad, and so that's why you see a different background than what you all are usually used to seeing from my man cave. Um, but let's jump right into it. Let's talk about this last game, DC. So I mean, I kind of want to start with Jay this time because you were there on the DC sideline and
Oh yeah.
being the number one team in the XFL, and seeing the tides shift throughout the game. How did that look on their sideline?
So I will say, you guys can hear me, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
You
Just
good?
want to make sure because I'm on Bluetooth headset. So um, I will say I saw genuine fear on a lot of the players' faces. That they came in. You could just tell with the swagger they were walking in with that they were expecting to come in here, give us a good beat down in the first half, switch out their starters, let their starters rest, and then just kind of ride that wave till the very end. Well, when they scored that first touchdown on us, they started puffing out those chests already. They started thinking, hey, man, we got this game in the bag, no problem, everything's fine. We drove down on them. They held us to a field goal. Those chests started getting a little bit bigger. Then we held them. And then we came back and scored. And then players started sitting up, right? And then we took it to the half with them a little bit shaky. I believe it was the third quarter where we took the lead, and they were genuinely scared. There was one player, number 17. I cannot remember his last name, but man, he was jaw jacking from the very beginning. Literally said, 20 minutes, you guys will be home. Don't worry about it. That 20 minutes turned into fight to the bitter end, right? Um, and boy, man, that whole series, between the second quarter and the third quarter, that went from him saying 20 minutes to us saying to him, what happened to 20 minutes? It looks more like it's going to be 35-40, huh, loudmouth? And he shut up. So, yeah, I don't care what anybody says, right? We've had our struggles this season and everything. We started out kind of rough with that game, but San Antonio showed up and they came to play and they played their damn hearts out. And I could not be more proud of this team.
Mm-hmm.
100%. Yeah, I definitely saw a huge difference. I think after that touchdown, from the second quarter, at the to end the second quarter, and then the way they came out the third quarter. And for those of you, if any of you have watched the game, whoever watched the game on TV, or may have watched the replay, um, the game was scrappy. There was a lot of jibber jabber going on the field between the two teams. Like there was some animosity, and it was a lot scrappier of a fight than I think a lot of people or expecting. And you saw the physicality. You saw offensive linemen getting into defensive linemen's face. You saw people get, there were some, I will say, some not smart plays as far as extra activity, extracurricular activity after the whistle was blown. Um, that really just it offset penalties that would have otherwise been in our favor. But part of that was just the scrappiness of the game. Um, Offensively, I saw improvement again. Um, and one of the things that I saw different between the DC that played Arlington the week before versus the DC that played San Antonio is that the DC that played Arlington collapsed and they handed the game to Arlington. Arlington just didn't capitalize. This
Yep.
DC team, I didn't see a collapse. I saw a San Antonio team come back with fight. Um, and there was, I mean, it was like y'all said, it was a fight to the bitter end. And it didn't go our way, but it showed the scrappiness that San Antonio came out with in the second half. It definitely was visible in the players, in the attitude on the San Antonio sideline, in the crowd, um, and speaking of the crowd, I think this was probably one of the best football crowds that we've had all season. And I'd
Yep.
like to think that Miss Tutem Brahmasita had a big part to do with that towards the end of the game. You want to talk a little
Oh
bit about
yeah.
that?
Oh yeah. It was mainly the sign. Finally, it was recognized, and they finally put up offense is at work. Let's be
Yeah.
quiet. I'm like, it's way too late, but better late. I mean, it was to a point where like I could hear Cone like say what he needed to say.
Mm-hmm.
He needed, you could hear everything he was saying to his team, and it was beautiful. And I'm like, this should have happened all season long. And I wish more of the football fans would understand how important it is to be quiet. But
Mm-hmm.
yeah, it was better late than never. And you could see the huge difference between being quiet for them and when we're not.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And
And you could
can
hear
I
a pin
jump in?
drop.
Yeah, can I jump in real quick and talk about fan spirit and how much that means to the team?
Yeah.
Because it's kind of important. Because as you guys saw, I was holding up my Step on Beer Snake flag, courtesy of Miss Tutem Bramasita. Um, that made a difference. Okay. You could tell that the players at first were like, oh, ha ha, very funny. But as we kept showing them throughout the game and kept rubbing their noses in it and kept getting under their skin, it made a difference. So, Jackie, shout out to you. You know, you're the true hero here.
Huh.
Go.
And
It was
and
nothing.
DJ, I know you were sitting next to a couple of Defender fans. So tell me about that. What
Man,
was that? What was that like?
they was chirping the whole game. I wasn't alone. It was some Defenders fans on both sides. It was a whole family of Defenders fans on the left side of me, which was Abram Smith family. So I saw him when he came after the game. Came to them after the game, gave him hugs and stuff like that. I told him good game, man. But I mean, he did have a good game. Normally, like he would have 100 yards or something, but he didn't. We held him to I think was it like 40 something yards or 50 something yards, so which was good.
Mhm.
So he wasn't a big of an impact that a lot of people thought he was going to be. Then the other side of me, I had two guys that was just rambling. As soon as I got to the daggone seat, they were rambling. Had his, if you watch on TV, he had his little defender's little hand
I
Yeah.
towel or
see a
whatever.
little towel, and you had
Yeah,
the flag.
yeah, I had a flag. Yeah, so but we would they cool. Like
Wow.
my experience like so far, man. Like at the stadium, even though I sat by each game, I think except for Arlington, each other game I've sat by team fans, like the opposing team's fans, and they all like just talk trash, but at the end of the game, they good game and keep it moving. But yeah, man, it was an experience. It was a good experience. They talked and hey, I gave it back to them. Lost my voice. Had if had my flag on. Hey, I was supposed to hold it up, but I was just holding it up like a
You were acting like a rally flag.
Did,
man. It
Yep.
was
did
fun.
you
It was fun.
feel conflicted at all being originally from DC?
Yeah, man, it sucked, but I mean, I wanted us to win so bad, and as
Right.
soon as the game was over, my whole family was just like, "See, I told you we was gonna win." I was like, "Bro, y'all should be very, very like worried right now
I
because y'all
won.
went toe to
I
toe with a
won.
team that had one of the worst offenses. I mean, it was coming up, but one of the worst offenses in the league. But y'all let us put 28 points up against y'all. Y'all should be very worried against Seattle because
Oh
they
yeah.
got a high powered offense. That's what I was saying. But
Gucci Danucci ain't messing around.
yeah, and if he limit his picks, they'll have it'll be a good game.
Yeah.
But yeah, they was hitting me up. They was like talking so much trash. I'm like, oh my goodness, man. But
Yeah.
but yeah, but the thing is, the other thing too to add is because one of the guys was from Baltimore. Well, I asked him after the game. I was like, "Y'all from DC?" It was two of them. I was like, "Y'all from DC?" He was like, one of the guys was like, he was from Baltimore. The other dude was like, he from Oxon Hill, which is like PG County, Maryland. But I was like, "Y'all not from DC, bro." That's a difference. Like that's not DC. That's
They
that's
can say that
Maryland.
they're from the DMV, but they're not DC.
Well, one of them is from the DMV. The other one that's from Baltimore that's not considered DMV. But
Right.
if you from the area, you understand. But that's not.
Yeah.
But I was like, bro, you from Baltimore? He was like, yeah, I'm from Baltimore, not DC. I was like, yeah, I know, because I'm from DC, so I know. But they was fun, man. They was fun. I wanted to ask them if they actually traveled to San Antonio to watch them play, or they was like living in the area or whatever.
On the base or
Yeah,
something.
it was interesting because I'm curious to see like how many fans from other teams will actually fly down to San Antonio for the championship game because in the group, one of the other groups I was in, they was always talking about like they don't have the funds to travel. So I'm curious to see how that's going to turn out, like with other teams coming to San Antonio for the championship game.
And I think part of that is San Antonio is not a cheap city to fly into, because it's not a major hub, unlike Austin. So, if people if people really want to come, and if they have the funds, obviously I think they'll fly into San Antonio, no problem. But if people are smart, so just SOS to everybody from who may be listening from outside of Texas, flying into Austin might
That's
be a
what I always
good
do. Yeah.
alternative.
Mhm.
It's a quick drive down to San Antonio from Austin. The flights might be cheaper. There may be more direct flights from your area to San Antonio because we do realize that San Antonio, although it is attempting to increase its airport presence, it still is not the greatest, especially when you have Austin just an hour up the road. So just a little FYI for any fans looking to try to come to the game, but thinking that the airfare might be a little bit out of their price range. Definitely look at flying into Austin and renting a car, or
By the time they
you know,
fly into Austin and rent a car, shoot, they might as well fly into San Antonio and just Uber.
yeah, yeah, and that I
Yeah.
mean there is that too. Or
Yeah.
use points if you got points. Now's the time to
Yeah.
use them. Um, but yeah, I mean that's another option for fans who may want to come down
Mhm.
to the championship game. Is definitely looking to flying into Austin, and maybe looking at a cheaper flight that might save you a couple $100. If flying into San Antonio isn't in your budget. So because
Yep. And
we definitely want people to come to the championship. I mean, we're ready to host y'all.
oh yeah, and people can definitely also shop around and find some good deals on car rentals, and they can carpool, right? So that's always an option. So talk to your friends, get online, maybe get in some of these groups, meet up with some people, perhaps in the Austin airport, and then just carpool on down. And there's plenty of good hotels in the downtown area. There are some good hotels outside the downtown area that'll save you a couple of bucks. There's definitely ways to pinch pennies on this and make it affordable, but we definitely want to see everybody down here for the championship game. And I know
Yeah.
there's going to be some fairly decent representation of several of the other teams in the league. We know Dirty and his posse are going to be coming down from St. Louis, and I'm pretty sure some of our friends from Houston and Arlington rather are going to be coming down because Arlington ain't getting into the playoffs, and Houston's just going to be there to get beat up. So, it ain't going to be their show. They're just coming to watch. Maybe have some delicious Orlando's brisket barbecue. Shameless plug.
So with that said, for everybody who is thinking about coming to the championship, even if you don't go to the actual game itself, although we'd love for you to go to the game, we do invite you to at least come out to the tailgate. I personally am catering barbecue, Texas barbecue, authentic Texas barbecue that has been catered and tried out before. So it's been approved by the fans. And I'll be giving it out for free. I also have mariachis that will be coming to play from 2:30 to 3:30 on that Saturday.
And why's that, Jorge?
Well, there's a couple of reasons. One, obviously the championship, and then I want to definitely showcase San Antonio. I want, as I've said in writing before, other fans who may have heard of the experience of a Brahmas tailgate, but may have not experienced it firsthand, this is your opportunity to do so, because it's going to be a Brahmas tailgate. Although the Brahmas aren't in the championship, it's going to be a Brahmas tailgate. So you'll get to see the type of hospitality that other fans who have experienced it rave about. And it's also going to be my birthday party. So 3 days after the championship, I don't even remember how old I'm turning, 30 something, but I'm at that age.
God, I remember those days.
Your baby.
I'm going to use it to celebrate my birthday and celebrate football, because at this point for us here in San Antonio, it's a celebration of football, a celebration of the XFL, a celebration of having professional football back in the Alamo Dome, and using the Alamo Dome exactly what it was built for, professional football. Anybody out there, if you're in San Antonio, you have no excuse not to come. And if you're coming from out of town, I definitely encourage you to come early. Lot B is where all the shindig and the partying will be going down. So Lot B of the Alamo Dome is where the barbecue and the mariachis will be. So I encourage everybody to come out, get to know your fellow fan, get to know your fellow XFL fan, and let's just go out there and celebrate football and watch whoever, Houston versus whoever it's going to be in the North, duke it out and see who comes out the first XFL championship of XFL 3.0.
Oh, the boss is here.
What's up? Oh yeah, the big boss is here. And that also, and I know I talked to Jay before, so that invitation for brisket, my friend, is still on the table if you get a chance to sneak out outside of the Alamo Dome. So you already know. But so I encourage everybody to come out. Definitely, the championship is going to be an experience unlike any other. And I don't want to say it's going to feel like the Super Bowl. Obviously, it's the Super Bowl is a whole different beast on its own, but I have a feeling it's going to have a Super Bowl-esque vibe, because it's a host city that doesn't have the team that plays there hosting two other teams, Houston and someone else. So, I think it's going to have that Super Bowl-esque vibe, which I'm curious to see how that's going to play out.
I'm calling it baby Super Bowl.
Yeah, this could, the
Hold on, so what happens?
Called the X Bowl or whatever.
What happens if what happens if Arlington shocked the world, man? What happens?
Oh my God. Don't be putting that out in the universe.
Because he said the reason why I say that is because Jorge already saying Houston. Like, hold on, wait, Arlington.
I'm saying that intentionally, because we all know Arlington.
I'm just saying, it can happen.
And let me tell you,
they haven't been playing like. Remember you talking about the Wade Phillips team? They started to fall down towards the end.
But they're
Bob
playing
Stoops' team is even worse. Statistically speaking, Stoops' team is always worse.
Big game, Bob.
Yeah.
DJ
Yeah.
said
What
the
A
A
word?
word.
What A word?
Arlington, fool.
Dallas. Well, Metroplex. How about that?
Yeah. Oh,
The Metroplex
it
Renegades.
The Rena
it
Hoops.
ain't it so here's
Serenity.
something funny that I actually came across that someone on my social media channels responded to me. One of the Renegade super fans, one of the Banditos. Um, so take a wild guess where he's going to be this Saturday. I want y'all to just take a
Not in
wild guess.
Houston. Not in
Right.
Houston.
He's also
Not
not going to be
supporting the team.
He's also not going to be in Arlington either.
Wait,
He's going to be here
why they not going to support their team?
because they'd rather come to San Antonio
Because
to
they
Fiesta.
win a fiesta.
They
Oh
want
my
to come to
goodness.
Yep.
Fiesta. So what's funny for me is that Arlington fans would rather come to San Antonio for our party, for our celebration that we have as a city. Whereas Brahmas fans, we were ready, like we had our suitcases packed and we're like,
Ready to go to Houston.
we're
Yeah.
going to Houston. So sorry,
Yep.
Fiesta, like we're going to Houston. Like we were ready to go. So I just find it funny, like the just different fan bases, different
Definitely different.
cultures.
We
Definitely.
still love
Well-
you, Banditos. Don't worry. We still
But-
love you guys.
There's also something to be said though about that hometown flair, right? This is something that we have access to every single year, the whole time that it's here. For our out of town guests, I mean, this is kind of a much bigger deal. It would be like we've got SeaWorld here, right? People flock here to come see a bunch of fish in a tank. Like we can go whenever we want. So it's not that, it's lost its allure to us. But Fiesta, and that's a once in a year, type thing. Kind of like if we were to all pack up and go to Mardi Gras over in
That's how I see
New Orleans.
Fiesta here. It's like a Mardi
It-
Gras.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
It pretty much is. Yeah, it's
A
it's
Mexican
Minus the
version.
urine in the streets.
Yeah,
Minus the urine.
yeah. Mine is no.
No,
Well,
we have the
I
Walking
don't
Dead,
know.
DJ. We
The
have the
Walking
Walking
Dead.
Dead. The leaners.
Yes.
Unless you
Man,
run into
Jackie
some
is
Susie
hilarious,
asses.
man.
But yeah, no. I mean, I just found that funny that like just the way the fan bases are just we're just different,
Mhm.
we're built differently, but it's also known that San Antonio is the best traveled fan base. Like
Well, I
Hey,
also
that's
look
just
at
the
it like
thing.
Jorge,
I
can you do
also
me a
look at
favor?
it
Can you
like
put
this
up
too. Go ahead,
Robert's
Joe.
comment, please?
Oh.
I'm sorry. Can you put up Robert's comment, please?
But why you doing that? I also look at it like this too because Arlington, well, the Metroplex, Arlington slash Dallas or whatever, they have a football team, right?
Yeah. Yeah,
So
the Cowboys.
Houston, they got a football team, right? Seattle, they
It's
got a
just another
football
team.
team. DC has a football team. So all these teams
Yeah.
that's in the final or the championship games they have a football team. San Antonio, we was ready. Like I see a lot of
Mhm.
comments be like, man, y'all go crazy down there. Like y'all do y'all thing, like the tailgate and all the pictures. Like I don't think I've seen not one fan base that has taken a big old group picture like we have
Mm-mm.
Mm-mm.
at all. Like, and that's crazy. Like they were
Maybe
like, oh,
one. I'll say Arlington. I did see theirs, but I
But
think
as
it was
many
a
people as we
combine of
have-
ours. But
Hey,
it was
we-
just
we
combined
don't
with
count.
us.
That
Oh
don't
yeah,
count.
That was the only
we were all
time.
there.
They don't count. So
Yeah.
and then even the XFL, they liked it, and a lot of people that's on Twitter that I posted on Twitter, so a lot of people liked it and retweeted and stuff like that. So I don't know if anybody does it like that. So that's big for
Mm-mm.
us. So and then
That's why they
From-
need to come. Championship.
from
Fill the
from
dome.
what I've been told from various fans that have come to San Antonio from outside of Texas even, they said that they have never experienced a tailgate at any professional sporting event like they have at a Brahmas game, and I'm not talking about just fans from other teams. I'm talking about fans that have come from Mexico that they were asking how much, what do we got to pay or what? I'm like, nothing, man, it's free. And they were like, what? So I mean, I guess, I mean, I've been to other like NFL tailgates and stuff like that, and like college tailgates, and everybody seems kind of standoffish and very protective over their areas.
Mhm.
And it's like, okay, if you want to hang with us, fork over the cash, or where's
Bring
the
your own beer.
beer,
Bring
or
your own
yeah.
food.
Whereas here, it's like, you see that white ice chest over there? Grab
Help yourself.
whatever's in there. It's community. How many tacos do you want? You know, how many sausage wraps do you want? Like it's all like just come, just say hi and help yourself. Like, and people were just astonished by that. Like, why do you do that? Like, how do you do that? It's like that's just how we are. Like
Yep.
that's just how we are as a community. That's how we are as a fan base. Um, and that's just how we were brought up. I mean, that's just the values that San Antonio has. Like, we don't know anything else but to share. Um,
Hmm.
and I love that people come and they're absolutely surprised at how we greet them and treat them, which is why, I really want people from outside of Texas to come to this, not only the championship game, but also to the tailgate so that they can experience it. And like I've said to in another group, I want people that come from out of state to leave San Antonio with a different impression than what maybe they had coming into it. Because I feel like, I mean, people know Austin, obviously they know Dallas, Houston. San Antonio is one that people, I think, they because it's so misrepresented. They think of like the Cactus and the Cowboys and like
Hmm.
everyone rides a horse, and it's like
The
not
Alamo
quite.
basement.
Yeah, the Alamo basement.
It's the most overlooked city, I say. Being from outside of San Antonio or being outside of Texas, being from outside of Texas, it's the most
Yep.
overlooked city because when people talk about Texas, they either talking about Dallas, Houston, and now I see Austin thrown in there here and there. But I don't, I
Hmm.
never hear anybody say like, oh, like San Antonio is never the first one that people
Right.
mention. It's always the other big cities, and I just was like, you gotta go there to actually experience it. It's a vibe, like it's really like a vibe, and a lot of people won't get that until they come here. And then when people come here, they be like, "Oh yeah, I've stayed a few days and I can see it. It's like a small town, friendly
Hmm.
family type of vibe here in San Antonio. So it's not like that Houston and Dallas, like high and like fast life type of thing. It's more relaxed and chill and stuff. So I mean,
So
it's not for
it,
everybody, but when you get here,
Right.
you'll understand.
yeah, it's funny that you say that, DJ, because San Antonio, statistically speaking, is the seventh largest city in the United States,
Hmm.
and we've got to be what over, if not over 2 million, close to 2 million, right? And it still to this day has it is the biggest small town in the United States. It has that small town feel. People know each other, people talk to each other, people of all different walks of life all kind of come together and just share that community vibe like DJ was talking about. Like you literally come here and you're friends with everybody. It's
Yeah.
really hard to get into any side of town where you're not just okay, like everything is just good,
Yeah.
our crime rates are relatively low, per capita. Our violent crimes are ridiculously low. Keep it that way, San Antonio. um and I
Thank
mean, this literally is just the coolest place, I think, that you can be, that you can come and visit, raise a family, do your thing here, man, because everybody's just kick back, chill.
Yeah,
Hmm.
I think that this is the XFL's given us a good opportunity to really showcase the city, and so that's where I call on all the Brahmas fans out there to help us showcase our city, help us show people why when they leave San Antonio, they're like, oh, I really like that place, versus like you don't get that same feeling in the other large cities. I feel it's like, okay, I'm ready to go home now, kind of
Yeah.
thing. Um,
Hmm.
and so yeah, I mean, like I said, free brisket, free Texas barbecue, mariachi music. There's gonna be party, free beer.
Maybe I'll
You know,
sing a
we're
song or two.
maybe we'll sing a song or two.
Mhm.
And now,
That's my vibe.
Maybe
um,
somebody will get in a tailgate.
yeah, and take their shirt off and swing it. Yeah. um, yeah.
If
If
you
you
know, you
play
No.
know.
La if you play La
Yeah.
it's gonna happen.
If
Yeah.
you know, you know.
You have to. But so I want to kind of move into like also now that we're looking back, so we've talked the championship. Obviously, that's going to be a big thing. We have already recapped the heartbreaker that was the DC game, but what was y'all's favorite moments of the season? I mean, I'm curious to know. Considering the fact that the four of us all started off as strangers to each other, I would really be interested in knowing from the either the day the team was announced up to this point to right now, what has been your favorite part, both on the field and off the field?
I'll go
Jackie, why don't you
first.
start?
Oh yeah, I'll
Yeah.
go first. I think, I mean, I had so many favorite parts. I watched, granted, I was working the entire day, but I literally had a second screen up just watching the draft, just watching the team form and just come, like all of them, period, just the whole league. Was one of my favorite things. I've never seen that before in my life, like literally watching a league form, which was extremely exciting. And then I think after that was literally meeting you guys and everybody in that are just fans. Um, that's probably been my favorite part is like I said in one of my posts is I got a family that I didn't know I needed. And it's been such a blessing being able to meet all of you guys and just have the same joy and love for the team and rooting each other on and seeing each other in all the different spots in the dome. Um, I think my all-time high was being fan of the game two games ago and just being able to experience literally pre-game warm-ups, ushering the guys in, winning the game, going on the field after. I was like on a whole high the entire time. So those are probably about my favorite of this season. It was just a whole experience being a new person coming into like a league and just like really dedicating my all to something that I've never done before. So it's just been amazing.
DJ being an ex-defender, DC resident, now living in the puro 210 life. What's it been like for you?
Um, so so off the field, it's just been like a new adventure. I can say like it's everything's different, everything's new, and I think I told y'all before, like adapting to the Texas culture, the San Antonio culture, the Mexican culture, like it's different. But it's something to learn. You know, everybody should learn that. You know, just tapping into everybody's or different cultures and stuff. So meeting new people that I've probably never would have thought I've met before. Um, Jackie, funny man.
Mhm.
Shoot, man. Every like just the hospitality, like the southern hospitality that San Antonio or Texas brings. Rob, man, I gotta meet Robert, man.
You got to come to tailgating early though. That's why.
I was,
This
and
was
I
the one and only time, and then he
and
wasn't
guess who
there.
wasn't? No, I came twice early, and guess who wasn't there? Chris, the main one to be
Yeah.
talking. Um, but
Dude,
but yeah, man, like it's a nice thing. I'm glad that I was able to reach out because I initially when I found out when we moved here, I didn't know that they didn't announce San Antonio having a team. So before I moved here, I didn't even know anything. But I was like, I kept telling Jay, I was like, I hope San Antonio will get a team, man. He was like, you just never know. We hope so because he was talking about this was before he moved here, so he was talking about Austin getting a team. But yeah, when they was talking about San Antonio getting a team, I was like, oh man, this is gonna be lit. So the first thing I did was we go on Facebook. That's when I joined the group that I'm in that we in now. So
Yeah, and
and that was like
shout
a
out to El Jefe
shout
here.
out to the boss.
Oh,
So and people keep saying like they love the group and they love the people, but they got to know like it was a lot of work to go into it. It was like only 300 people in there before, when I joined. Now we over 7,000 plus. So yeah, man. But then on the field, man, just the atmosphere of being in a dome. Like I can honestly say, other than UTSA when I first moved here, this was probably the and my dad, my dad, my father-in-law, my wife's dad. He's a Cowboys fan, and he gets a little fan appreciation things that we went. I was on the Cowboys field going to touring the locker room and the stadium and stuff. But that was but like I said, besides that, going to that dome, this was like the first time I actually went to a game in a dome besides UTSA. So man, so the atmosphere, the fan engagement, like it's insane, man. The fans here is like it's the diehard ones, the ones that show up and not fair weather. Those are the ones, man. That's gonna make this league last. And one of my favorite plays though, man, I think I'll have to go with either Beasley's pick six or corners safety sack. Man, when he flew in from all the way in
Oh
the
yeah, real
backfield, and I
quick.
think who was that? I think he hit Silvers. Oh my goodness, he tore him up. So Jack Corner, I know he was hurt for the rest of the season, but man, I would love to see him come back. That's a lot of players I would love to see come back, but I wouldn't stop them from chasing their dreams. But as fans, we would love to see a lot of those players come back, man.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Jay, what about you?
So mine's going to be a little bit sappy. All right.
Aw.
I loved the play on the field. Right. Loved every snap, every down, every up, every down, every heartbreak. Watching Cone kind of morph into the leader that he needed to be. Watching that offensive line come together. Getting what the heck's his name from Houston? Like
Nick
seeing the
Holly,
team.
Ollie.
yeah.
Yeah, Holly's like one of my favorite players right now.
See, I knew
Um,
it. I wish he'd come back, man. I
yeah,
hope he come back.
yeah. I've always been a receiver guy, mainly because I could never be a receiver. It's too short and too fat. Um, but just seeing everything happen on the field, was just phenomenal to watch it morph into what it's become. But the most meaningful thing for me as a fan, having been involved in several different organizations trying to, build things or whatever, is this right here. You four right here, the representation of what we all stand for, the bigger group as a whole, the tailgating, the camaraderie, the fellowship. Guys, I'm telling you, like I've I've been a fan of football since '82 when the Packers were absolute garbage. I've seen sports organizations come and go here, and I have never wanted to be a part of an organization more than this right here. From the original fan fest that we put on that almost didn't happen,
Mhm.
right? From the point where we found out about our team, started making plans. My buddy Brian Davis and I immediately started calling out St. Louis because somebody had to be the jerk in the group and start a rivalry. So of
Yeah, he
course
did.
we took that challenge on. Just every step of the way. Meeting all of you guys, getting to hang out with Warren and Dirty Toro, and looking forward to Brian coming from Florida to join us. Like every bit of human interaction and connection that we've made through this has meant more to me than what you guys would ever know. Like you guys are my family. This is where I fit in. This is where I belong. And I love every second of it. And I love all you guys. Everybody out there that's watching, I love you guys also.
What about on the field?
I love the guys on the field too. I mean, they're part of the family.
Your favorite
They're part of
moment?
the organization.
Your favorite
Well,
moment?
I don't love our opponents.
Okay, what was your favorite play then? Like for the season, like moment on the field.
Um, man, that's that's hard for me to say because again, I mean, I'm just uh, passionate about the whole game in general. Um, I would say uh, not so much a play, but like when Nick Holly uh, got to actually play a full game and went off for over 100 yards. That whole thing was just phenomenal. Just keep seeing, keep watching Holly getting hit with those slant routes and just opening it up and just killing it. Um, will say I feel bad for Basher this last game because
Man,
I know he was busting his tail. He was making mistakes. He got into his head and made a lot of drops that he normally would not make. And I know he was trying to ball out for San Antonio. And so I feel bad for the kid. So I do hope that he comes back and shows us just how passionate he is. Because when he was at Tech, I mean, he was a great receiver. And I know he's got it in him. He's got the skills. For whatever reason, man, he just had the drop sees that game. And it just It didn't work out so great. But again, the game is wonderful, but you guys are the crown jewel. You guys are the things that I appreciate the most.
Yeah. No, that's
Don't start crying
beautiful.
though. Don't start
Beautifully
crying though.
said. Beautifully said. Um, and I guess for me, there's three plays. One of them is going to be a little bit strange as far as why it's my favorite, but or a favorite moment of mine. But obviously, the two of them are very special to me personally. The Cam Kelly interception that began the sombrero toss,
I knew that.
Hmm.
and then the Nick Beasley pick six where he came and got my sombrero.
Drew Brees,
That
Drew Brees.
that connection between the fans, like it wasn't just between me and the player, but it was the fans and the team. Like that was a straight connection that I don't think even the league or ESPN or anybody saw that coming. And that connection just was like a bond that was like solidified with that. And you saw that as part of the team culture because if you notice, whenever somebody got hurt, it wasn't just whoever was on the field, was like the whole team went and checked on, like, is our boy okay? Like everybody was concerned from the team. And I just that whole connection. Um, and the the last play that I have, and this is where it's a little strange. It's going to be a little strange, but hear me out. Is Parker Romo's last field goal, where he missed it wide right. That was, I think, a moment that it's weird to say it was one of my favorite moments, but over the course of the season, I became very close friends with his parents, his family, with him. Um, we got to meet his wife. This last tailgate, and um, the I mean, I was talking with his family after the game, and the emotions that he felt. Um, you know, I felt like it hurt me to my core. I was hurting for him to my core, and for a play, a sports game, to give me that feeling, that level of just like I felt that too. Like it's an unreal sensation that there was something that had that powerful of an impact on me, on that happened on the field that didn't go in our favor. Um, but that just kind of solidified that I love this place. Like I love this team. Like the Alamo Dome felt like another house to me. My son just woke up, so uh,
Nice.
so you might see him pop up because he's right here next to me. But yeah, no, I mean just having that be like having that. Can I see a shoe, please? Yep, yep. All right, come here. So having that be my something that I was able to experience, that emotion was just incredible. And this is my little mariachi in training right here. He does better gritos than I do. Granted. And then like off the field, I'm just gonna echo a lot of you guys' sentiments. Like just I came into this knowing nobody. And before I knew it, the legend of the mariachi was born. Um, and it just snowballed into something that was honestly life changing for me. Um, it was incredible just to be able to see the fans embrace me, the fans um, like recognize me, the staff um, from the Alamo Dome recognize me. Um, it was just like it. It honestly was a life changing experience for me that I never once thought was going to be the case. Like it was, yeah, it was just life changing. And I mean, I realized that like my grito isn't the greatest during the games, but you guys. I'll give you a tortilla in a second, son. Hold on, Daddy's talking. Um,
You little
but
Mexican. You want a tortilla right now.
but it's one of those things where uh, you guys got to remember that I, you know, I, I'm a fan just like everybody else. And you can ask anybody that sits in my section. I'm not quiet. I'm yelling my butt off for all 60 minutes. Which Jay, thank you for the ibuprofen tip. It helped. Um, um, and so when we do score a touchdown, um, we're scrambling to get a grito out. I don't have a voice. I'm trying my best with a hoarse voice. Imagine trying to scream um, at the top of your lungs in a musical rhythm while you have a sore throat. That's what it was like for me every single game. So I do
Yep.
apologize to everybody out there who says you need to work on your grito, pal. But also, I'm not there to just be quiet and wait for a grito. I'm there to be a fan too, and enjoy myself at the games. So um, just something that I wanted to just call out because I feel like it needed to be said because it's been something that's been said to me all year, and I think people forget that I'm a fan too. Like I realize I dress up. I realize people call me an unofficial mascot, but like I'm a fan first. As much as I would love to be the mascot for the Brahmas, I'm not. Like I'm a fan. So, um, but yeah,
Hey, Jorge,
yeah.
I want to, based on Robert's comment, I do want to jump in and change my answer a little bit to favorite play. Um, I would have to say that my most favorite play, based on what Robert said, was that scoop score in Arlington. That by
Oh
far was
yeah.
insane, and for the defense to run all the way over to our section and
Mm-hmm.
celebrate with us because the 10,000 plus Arlington fans there were asleep or eating popcorn or watching Netflix or whatever. They had nothing to say, but we rocked that place. That was
Oh yeah.
us, all
We took
200
over.
of us.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, that was probably my most favorite moment in the game. So
Which is something that I think that I've already started shooting shots at St. Louis because we're going to St. Louis next year. Obviously, the schedules are going to swap around. So teams that came here, we're going over there. And I've already called out their Bird Night guy and their Thor hammer headwear guy, saying the mariachi's coming. And you know what the mouth that I got. So and then someone told me they're like, I don't think the fans in front of you or that sit behind you are going to appreciate your sombrero. Um, and I said, that's why I want to sit in front of the Bird Night guy and the Thor helmet guy for that specific reason.
yep,
Um, so
that's their problem to deal with.
yeah.
Hey, all I know is that this is the way. That's all I got to say about that.
I know what that means.
Everybody here know what that means. But speaking of this being the way, Jorge, why don't you move us into our last segment before we wrap this thing up?
All right. Well, let's talk about season tickets. We want everybody back. Now is the time to renew if you haven't renewed already. You lock in your season ticket price from this year. If you do it as soon as possible. So get your season tickets. Contact your season ticket rep. And come back for another season. This is the beauty of it. We have never had a season two um, the of football, here, and renew your season tickets is basically what I'm saying. Go do that.
Oh my god.
And also, the other thing is that if you are in San Antonio, including all the Renegades fans that are going to be here instead of Houston for some reason, Saturday night there is a fiesta parade. It's what basically ends fiesta here in San Antonio, the night parade. Um, the Brahmas have invited a couple of fans. So you'll see the Brahmas representing out there in at the Fiesta Parade, which I think again will help bring the community together and show them that we are part of the community.
Yes. Where's the other people right there?
The other people are right there talking. You can't hear them, but I can hear them, so that's okay, son.
Yep. What's up, buddy?
Say
What
hi.
happened to Jackie? You must have had to go get something from the basement.
I believe we
Jackie
might
went to
have
the basement.
we have a special guest that wants to join. We're just waiting for him to get into the lobby. Have you all sent him the link?
I have not. I'm mobile, so I don't have access to it.
Yeah, I don't even know how to do that. I think you got to
But
do
I
it.
think
Jorge.
I think I know who it is you're talking about.
Oh yeah. Let me actually. I'm gonna do that right now.
Yeah. So while you're doing that, let me jump in on the last two things you just touched in on. Again,
Yeah.
season ticket holders, please renew. Reach out to your ticket rep. I know that there are payment options available in certain situations. So if you can't necessarily, drop the full funds right
Yeah, we
now,
went to the
give them a
basement.
call and talk to them. They'll figure it out, right? They'll work with you. We want to see everybody back in the dome, and in fact, we want to see more people back in the dome. Uh, this is a great opportunity. The games are fun. The tickets are affordable, and this is professional football, regardless of the argument that's going on about it and everything. This is professional football. These folks are balling out for us, and it is a great opportunity for you to see some of these up and coming stars before they get super big, like Mr. Spicy Leg Parker Romo going into the NFL next year, I'm sure. But we can say that we saw him first.
He has to.
Yes. And then the other thing,
he's always gonna have
but
it.
oh yeah, he is going to be a beast, man. He is going to be unstoppable. I just hope he doesn't wind up on some team like Detroit or Dallas, right? But
And
even if he does, yeah, I'll cheer him on.
I already told his family that I'm going to buy his jersey wherever he goes, even if it's the Vikings. As much as I don't want to, if it's the Vikings,
there you go.
I will do it.
And then, of course, the other thing, the Fiesta Flambeau Parade, guys, definitely come on out, see the floats, see the parade. It's an excellent family opportunity. It's such a fun time. I know I've been a couple of times myself in my 8,000 years here in this town. It is just so much fun. It's a great family event. You get to see some really cool stuff, and you will get to see the Brahmas float and a bunch of Brahmas fans walking around with the float, supporting the team, letting people know that, hey, your involvement with the team, your tickets, your cheering, your sharing information and everything on your socials, it is appreciated by the team. The Brahmas love this town. We love the Brahmas back. So let's get out there and let's show them a little bit of love. So did that buy us enough time?
Yeah, Jason, check your messages. Jason, check your messages.
Yeah, I'm gonna
check your messages on Facebook. I'm not interested. I'm not really up on like the Fiesta stuff. So I don't even. I honestly, I know y'all told me like a few, maybe a week or two ago about how long Fiesta lasts. I forgot because I feel like it's been going on for like a month now. I don't know when it started. I don't know when it ends. Also, the carnival. I don't even know if the carnival's still there. I don't like it's.
Yeah, so it's gonna be
different. It's different.
It's gonna be an basically all 2 weeks. So from last Thursday,
2 weeks long.
From last Thursday was when it kicked off with Fiesta, but that got canceled. And then we have the night parade, which is gonna be the ending of Fiesta, basically.
What does see my shoes mean? What does that mean?
What is that right there?
Jack, you're gonna have some dope shoes, I'm sure. Of course, then again, Princess is gonna be riding riding high on all of us. So, hey Jorge, can you check Messenger?
There he is, right there. He popped in. So there we go, Mr. Dirty himself.
Oh my
with the
God!
Brahma
Leader
flag. You
of
see
the
the Brahma
X-Fan
flag?
show with the Brahmas
It's-
flag.
It's Dirty himself. What's up, baby?
Now, look, it's just not, from the X Fan Show, the B Hawk Live Show. Listen, I'm going to welcome you guys to St. Louis, and I will keep you guys protected. Ask Jason. I kept him protected in St. Louis. He was around me. People didn't bother him. Did they not?
I don't think that would have bothered me anyways.
No, they
But
would have because you're from Texas, and so nobody really cares. But anyways.
I want to be bothered. I want to be bothered. Hey, introduce me to that Bird Knight guy and the Thor head
I will
helmet guy.
introduce you to B Hawk 1 and Excalibur. But, hey,
Excalibur.
listen, or Viva Texas, man. I don't know why you're sitting here kissing up to Parker Romo, man. He ruined it for you guys.
Dang.
If he didn't make kick, hold on.
He
Look.
coming on hot.
Look, right there. My second favorite fan base in the entire XFL, right?
Only right.
Right here. This
let's
has my
send that
favorite.
beer back.
Oh, it's right here. Dude, hey, little man, your tortillas were phenomenal, bro. And right here, look, there's my Brahma's beer, right? But anyways, all I could say is this: an exciting year for the XFL, right? I'm glad that we got 10 weeks out of the way. You know what I'm saying? So it was great. But I'm gonna be in San Antonio for the championship game, right?
Yes, you will.
So I'm extending an offer. You guys know about San Antonio. I don't. You guys know places to broadcast. I don't. So what I suggest is the X Fan Show, B Hawk Live Show, the Horns Forward Show, and whatever other podcast wants to join us, or videocast wants to join us. We all meet up somewhere and we do one big giant broadcast.
Super show.
That'll
An
be
XFL
dope.
Super Show.
Fan Legion show.
That'll be dope.
That's what
I
I
like
suggest.
that.
Now, I know. Listen, we're from St. Louis, murder capital of the world. We're not scared of anything, right? So it's up to you Texas people, right? If you guys are scared to hang out with us St. Louis people.
They say, are you trying to go to the Alamo basement?
Listen,
Yep.
I don't know where to go in San Antonio. You guys do. So you
Send us
tell
to the
me-
Alamo
Send us to the
basement.
basement.
The Alamo basement.
So
you guys tell me where we go.
my question to you, Dirty, is what day are you getting here? The game's on Saturday, so what day you getting here?
We're getting there early Friday, mid-afternoon Friday.
Okay.
Let's broadcast Friday night.
When we're showing up.
Let's do a Friday night broadcast then. I mean,
Look.
we can there's enough time between now and then to organize it.
I mean, yeah, of course. I mean, look, I don't know any place in San Antonio. All I know is where the toilet dome is. That's all I know. You know.
Better
that's
than the
in St.
pigeon coop
Louis
that you got in St. Louis, and I've seen it.
Yes, the dome in the American Center is a dump. I will agree with that. It is a terrible, terrible stadium. But our show never ends, just like your guys' show will never end, right? So I know this week, can I get a cheap shameless plug for my show?
Go ahead. Do it.
This Wednesday, apparently, my co-host, the Queen Hyena herself, invited somebody on my show. I don't know why, but apparently whoever's the guy is with that big goofy grin is going to be on the show this Wednesday.
Me?
No, you ain't got a goofy eating grin. He does.
That guy.
No, that one.
That one right there, up there in that corner.
Me?
Oh, that one?
Yeah, you. You.
I got invited to the show. When was this invitation sent out? Because I didn't.
I don't know.
I
That's what
didn't-
she texted me, and she told me that you were going to be on the show. So.
I mean.
Oh, never mind. I lied. It's never mind. I lied. We do have a special guest. Trey Watson will be on our show. This
Okay.
Wednesday at 8:50.
I can see how I can be confused with Trey Watson.
I
see it.
I don't ever really listen to what she says anyways. I mean, she just
That's true.
barks like a hyena all the time. It's hard to listen
That's true.
all the time. But no, so I was really thinking about it. I was watching you guys' show, as I do. And I was like, you know what? Let's do one big Super X Fan Legion show. Have all the shows come together and we do one big
This is
giant
me right here.
broadcast together. You know what
And
I'm
this is
saying?
me now.
Oh yeah.
So I think it would be a great idea. You guys are from San Antonio, so you figure it out for me. Let me know, and I'll bring my stuff.
Yeah,
Okay.
no, we can find a studio and make it legit. And I don't see why we can't. I have a couple places in mind. That one of them, I think, assuming this is pre-COVID, that they had a studio, a podcast studio, but it's also doubles as the bar that I met my wife at. So
well,
yeah, there's
I mean,
alcohol.
you don't think we could go here
Oh, that's a good idea.
we could also. I
and
can
just
reach out
make it
to
like a big giant party?
That's a good
Well, I mean,
idea.
we want
Oh,
something
Friday?
They got the
decided in
space.
Texas.
They got the
I
space.
I have the contacts to get something organized there. So let me reach out to them and see if they'd be interested. Friday night. It would be Friday night before the championship game.
Well, yeah. I
Yes.
mean, you see the hyena.
Yeah.
She's on here. I can't put up messages, but she's like, "Have me on, please." If she gets on, I'm getting off the show. If you guys put her
Well,
on, I'm getting
well,
off the show.
well,
Can
we
we-
have only paid for 4 slots on the show, which is why one of our hosts graciously
Oh.
left so that you would
Yeah.
be able to join.
Gotcha.
Well,
Gotcha.
we can always put her on somebody's show and just have her on mute. Like that would take care of
Right.
that.
I could do that. I could put her on the show on Wednesday, but no, I mean, she really got us a big guest. Trey Watson will be on our show this Wednesday at 8:15. But and I'll give you guys another little plan of what we're going to do. So basically, what we're going to do on our next fan show, which you guys will be involved in it, we're going to invite fans from the other cities that come on the B-Hawk live show and talk about their perceptions of the St. Louis fan base and how they see the St. Louis fan base. You know, since we cried that we're 7-3,
Like Dallas. They're like Dallas fans.
yeah. Well,
Oh
I mean,
no,
listen,
don't.
Yeah.
They're not that low. That's not.
Hold
That's
on, we're not gonna talk- I don't want you guys
Man,
to
they
talk
think
about
they
it now.
think they better than everybody. Like they
Thank you,
act-
DJ. Yeah, thank
they
you.
like
You're
they like
absolutely right.
the America's team of the XFL. That's what they act like.
Right,
But I mean,
exactly.
I respect St. Louis. I love St. Louis. I've
I
never
know.
been, but I love the fans. I love the team. You know,
Yeah,
Wow.
the
DJ,
jerseys
you
are
ain't
fire.
missing much.
The jerseys are fire.
Daddy.
I-
You guys
I
really
will
need to
t-
kick him off the
Daddy, why
show if he
have
thinks
they
those jerseys
logos?
look good.
You don't think they look good?
No, they're dumb. I can't stand them. I don't
I
like
like
them
it.
at all.
You know why?
I don't
think
like
it's
the
got
little
it's
line
got-
under the T. The St. Louis looks like it says S.I. Louis.
You
Right,
know, I
exactly.
think I'm probably biased because it looks military style, and I'm a
No.
veteran, so
Oh,
I
well,
think
never
the
mind. Then.
numbers
Now
look.
I feel like I can't say a bad word. There's a kid there. Now I feel like an a-hole.
100% you
Oh,
can.
he
But
can't
that's-
he can't hear you. Don't worry, you're good.
It
No,
looks
now I
it
feel
looks
like an
fire.
asshole for saying that. So
No, you good. You good. That's
Well-
just my opinion, but I mean, everybody got their opinion, so.
right, yeah.
I
So no, but what I want to do is I want to have you guys on the show, Jay, because I know you were in St. Louis. You got to experience the dome, and it's full. But like, we're gonna get fans from other perspectives, their perspectives of St. Louis on our show, just so the St. Louis
Okay.
fan base can see that we're really not the best.
Okay, Dirty, I'm going to put you on the spot.
Okay.
Okay? You came to our house, came to your house.
Mm-hmm.
That 24,000 of ours versus your 38. Be honest. Who was louder?
Uh-oh. It's on the spot.
And there's your answer, folks.
Hold on. It was equal, but the hospitality in San Antonio much better than it is in St. Louis. I'll say that.
Well, and yeah,
I'll say that.
I will 100%. I will 100% give you. I will say that I am glad that I went up there and hung out with you because I did get to experience
She said San
some
Antonio.
hospitality that I don't think I would have otherwise.
Mm-hmm.
You know, St. Louisians are much like everybody else in that regard. They tailgate with their own little groups, and that's kind of it. Whereas here in South Texas, I mean, this is just our way of life. We share everything that we've got because who knows, we may not have anything tomorrow, right?
Yeah, I mean, you guys were like a big family. You guys were like a huge family. And I guess with me and Amanda and our show, it's a little different because a lot of people know us. So we walk around the tailgates. People are like, "Dirty Amanda, come give us stuff. Here, take a beer, take some food or whatever." So it's a little different for us if you're not. But like if you're just a regular St. Louisan, it's totally different. It's a totally different tailgate.
Right. And even the people that we ran into in Arlington were extremely hospitable,
Mhm.
you know? And I was very surprised by that because
Oh,
I
wait,
thought
no,
it was
I
pretty
gotta
much
cut you off there, Jay. No. I went to Arlington. Okay, listen, I love Jimmy. I love the Renegades.
not
You love
not
Jimmy?
caps lock Jimmy, not
But
caps lock
listen,
Jimmy.
yeah, Cap
The real
Black's Jimmy.
fans.
You love him, but listen, you guys were a much better hospital tailgate than the Renegades were.
Well, we had way more fans there too. I mean,
Oh,
keep
do
it in
you really?
perspective.
Listen, do you really want to go there? You really want to go there? You really
Mhm.
want to go there with fans?
No, I'm talking about Arlington. Settle down, guy.
Yeah, no. I'm joking. But no, love your guys' show. You guys let me know where we're going to broadcast that. B-Hawk 1, X-Fan Show. We will be there, and we will do one big, giant X-Legion show about
Let's
the
do it.
XFL for the
So
championship.
that's what we calling it, X Legion.
Well, that's the Legion that we have that we've built up, the X-Fan Legion.
Make sure you let the Rough 'em Up podcast know too.
Seriously? You know who's on that, right?
And yeah, I know.
I might talk to that guy a little bit every now
Well,
and then.
there's two of them, is what I'm saying.
I'm just saying.
I want Mr. Future News Anchor Cullen to be in
Oh.
there. Yeah.
Oh, you're saying Colin's more professional than Arlington. Is that what you're saying, Viva?
I never said that. I never
think
said that. I'm just
Well,
that's what I
I'm just
heard.
saying he's got the voice that says I'm gonna be reporting on the 6 o'clock news in about 5 years.
About the Brahmas taking the 4th championship in a row.
I was about to say Jay had his finger up. He wanted to say something.
Yep. So, one thing, Dirty, it's the Horns Forward podcast.
What did I
So-
say?
Horns Forward Show.
Oh, okay.
Well,
Whatever.
He said Viva Texas, which it is being broadcast on Viva Texas.
Oh yeah, well,
Wait,
Thanks
here,
to
let me ask you
Jorge.
this: are you guys live or are you guys
we
recording?
are live. We are live.
So then
We're
you're
live.
Live, sir.
You're a video cast, not a podcast.
Whatever.
Well, we put
just
out
saying.
a show on
I
streaming
know.
service. Oh, there you go.
Yeah, we do. And
Yeah.
guys, we got to agree. Amanda cannot do the show with us on Friday, right? The Queen Hyena cannot do the show with us on Friday, right?
No, we're letting her have a spot.
With that
Everyone's
being
gonna have a
said,
spot.
I'll see you guys Friday.
Horns Forward, baby.
All right.
Yeah,
Horns
there
forward.
you go. There you
All
go.
right.
Good. Hey, way to go, Parker Romo.
Oh,
Hey, stop
Oh,
bagging
I love
out a
him.
guy like that.
I don't know how to
Stop
get out of
bagging
here.
I love
Get me
him.
out of here. I don't know how to get me out of here. Get me out of here.
can we
Bye.
kick him now?
Yeah.
Got him. All right, everybody. Well,
Thanks,
that
Dirty.
was nice having a little guest from St. Louis, and as always, we like to finish the show. You know how we go. Horns forward, baby. We'll see you
Horns
guys
Forward.
next
Let's
time.
go.